part. So, hey guys, it's another episode of the Speakeasy podcast where we talk about the behind the scenes of what it is to be the speaker or the author. And right now we are in the midst of like so many things going on when it comes to what? Business. Because guess what? The businesses are closing left and right. We just recently heard about Toys R Us shutting their doors. Claire's just filed for bankruptcy. And, you know, it's interesting because the thing about it is that if you don't adapt, what happens? You end up failing. You fall by the wayside. People forget about you because things have changed so much along the way. And then I'm excited about having the guest on that is on for today because I've literally over the last, year and a half have watched her business continuously grow and expand because she's done these two key things in business. Now, a lot of times when we look at big businesses, we can be honest and say that they've kind of lost touch with that, connection with what their customer wants, what the customer needs. We all know that we get those reviews and they want you to do surveys and things of that nature. And it doesn't always help because most people don't do surveys. Matter of fact, I can guarantee that 99.993 of y'all do not do reviews. It's hey, look, we forget. Even if we go to a restaurant, people don't do reviews like they used to. And people respect reviews like they used to, but people don't do reviews like they used to. So we definitely have a great conversation piece for you today. And you're going to say, but what does that have to do with being an author or a speaker? I'm glad you asked. See, the thing about it is a lot of times we latch on to a particular type of training or a particular type of way of doing things. And then we're so connected to that we're scared to try anything else. We're scared to venture out. We're scared to go beyond our comfort zone. And what ends up happening again? You get no calls, you get no signups. Nobody's messaging you, or if they are, it's probably because they want you to sell chairs, pads, or something along that lines, right? We get a lot of those in our inbox. So with that being said, I want to say hello to my guest for today. Hey, Celestine.
Hey, Ultivies. How are you?
I am doing great. And so Celestine, oh my goodness, sells these amazing jewelry pieces, and I have a couple. I have the one. It's
the amethyst.
Yes, the amethyst. Oh my goodness, it's so gorgeous. And I've had to hide it because everyone that sees it attempts to take it, and I have to kind of hide it underneath everything else.
Wow.
With that being said, I've watched you in business do some great things when it comes to getting your business out in front of people. But before we go into all that, tell them a little bit about you.
Sure. And thank you, Ultivies, for having me on your Speakeasy podcast. I appreciate you. And I love you, and I love where you are going and where we're going. So my name is Celestine Wilson. People seek me for my expertise on gemstone jewelry as well as beauty products to nourish the skin and body. And I feel like it's important to take time for yourself as we go through our days, our weeks and months and years, taking care of other people, that we don't take enough time for ourselves. And, that is what I feel like we need to pamper ourselves, take time for ourselves and do things for ourselves. That helps to renew us and to rejuvenate us for where we're going, and help us to be more effectively in what we do. Ultivies.
And that is so true. So guys, the reason why I'm so excited about what Celestine is doing is because when I think about businesses in general, let's be honest, we've seen Toys R Us close their doors, closing stores this year. Claire's just filed for bankruptcy. And the reality is we can literally pull it all to two things that's not being done. And if you look at your business, even as an entrepreneur, as a speaker, as an author, you're still an entrepreneur. When you look at your business, you have to be doing these two things in order for you to gain success. And if you're not, you're going to be left out in the cold. And so those two things are you either need to be bringing the customers to you or going and showing up where the customers are. Now, I'll repeat that in case you missed it. You either need to bring the customers to you or you need to show up where the customers are. And see, in a day and time where social media is everything, we have so many people that are still scared to go live, that are still scared to, to post on social media, or they'll only post a flyer and expect people to just show up from that. But with that being said, Celestine, first, let's talk about what you have done, what I have seen you do when it comes to either showing up or bringing people to you. So Celestine, I told you guys, has an amazing jewelry line, but she also has amazing body products as well. And we were at an event in Indianapolis just last May.
Yeah, a little shy of a year. Yep.
And one of the things that she did is she has these amazing body butters. Oh my goodness. It's a green tea one that is my favorite. I had to hide that too for the kids.
Thank you.
So, what she did was she put samples of it in the bathroom at the event. Well, how many people go to the bathroom when they're at an event? Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I guess some people might be scared of the bathroom. That's, they'd rather go up to their room. That's fine. But the majority of people, when they go to events, they go into the bathroom. So why isn't that, so that's a great idea to have a body butter where, people are going to be in the bathroom, they're going to wash their hands, and we don't like ashy hands. So with that being said, what is something else that you have done to go where the customers may already be? Like, you showed up where they're going to be.
Right. So I do that quite often. Indiana was the first time that I got a chance to meet you and other people through Coach Danielle Winningham. And we connected actually online. So I met the other people online. I started going live with a purpose and being more and with more structure. And so that's how I got to meet the people. I believe it was in February or March of last year when I first kind of started going live in that manner. And some of those same people that I've been going live with, my Facebook friends, we got a chance to meet actually physically live in Indiana. So that I met you in Indiana physically, and some of the other people that have supported me and supported my business and my family, because it's a family business. And so that's one thing that I do in order to meet and greet the people. So it's a great way to network, and it's also just having conversations and learning what other people do in order that we can collaborate, down the line. So I'm actually doing some of those things now. Prior to that, the way that I would meet the people was to do different events in my city, and now outside of my city. I'm in Brooklyn, New York, and so we have monthly shows. I'm part of a group of artists that make handmade goods, the Diaspora Art Mart. And we meet every month where we have a pop-up shop where we sell what we do to a community and people in the community. So those are some of the things that I do to get the information out on what I do, in addition to doing like social media on Instagram, Facebook, and Periscope and LinkedIn.
I love it. And, it's interesting because I talked about, before we went live, and this is dating myself. Don't judge me. It's the non-judgment broadcast, okay? So if you're catching this via replay, this is a non-judgment broadcast. If this is your first time, this is your non-judgment zone. But I can remember as a child that the different toy stores, and now literally both of the toy stores are gone now because Toys R Us is the last of them. But I can remember KB Toys having, when a new Happy Birthday Barbie would come out. They would have this big thing. Yeah, I dated myself. Don't judge. They would have this big thing where they would invite people to come in to bring their daughters for like this big birthday party. And they would have someone there dressed up as Barbie, and it would be an amazing event. And when you look at what we've done, you know, what was going on then and how they would have hundreds of kids come in, or even if you had 50 kids come in, that's still 50 potential clients and customers, you know, coming into the store on that day. And what little girl would come in, not have cake with Barbie, and not want to buy the Barbie?
Hello.
I mean, it makes sense. So we've lost track of that. And remember, guys, I said that literally you got to be doing one of two things. You either got to show up where the customers are, or you got to bring the customers in. And so I found that, you know, there's different things. I don't like, there's stigmas to social media. There's stigmas to going live. So people are like this, like fearful of pressing the button. And I can relate, because in the beginning, for me, it was fearful. I'm shy. I'm an introvert. But, you know, what? You want me to press the button and talk to people that I can't even see? Okay, first of all, it sounds crazy. But how many of you would have seen, or you could imagine, especially with the children of today being so connected to social media, if they were doing events at their locations and going live on social media, having big gaming events at the stores and things of that nature, how many of you think that they would be going out of business right now? Crickets. Why? Because they lost track of bringing the customers in or going to where the customers were. And so think about when you first started doing this, and then with the inclusion of going live, how much of an increase have you seen in your business?
Oh, I've definitely seen an increase. I've gained more followers on social media. I've gained more engagement on social media, where I wasn't selling on social media and making money. I've gained dollars for being on social media. So my audience, my bank account has expanded since being on social media. So that's definitely vital and crucial for being relevant during these times of going to the customer or getting the customer to come to you. Most definitely. We do fashion shows on social media, you know. And, you know, every time I'm at my event and we have a fashion show, like every time we have customers that tune in and watch and make comments and are engaged in what we're doing. And we sell things just by bringing the live event in our city to live online through Facebook and other social medias. Ultivis.
That is amazing. And so, again, what are we talking about today? Either bringing the customer to you or you showing up where the customer is. And so that combination is a great combination that people often miss. So I'll repeat it back for you just in case you missed it. She said that not only does she go live on social media and she posts pictures and things like that on social media, but when she's at a live event, she also goes live so people can see what's going on. That's that big thing called social proof that people forget. And I know you're probably saying, but what does that have to do with the speaker or an author? Well, guess what? That should be the same thing that you're doing with your book signings. If you're just going and dropping off books at a bookstore or at an event, at a charity, or at any number of things, are you letting people know where you are and what you're doing and allowing them to see the journey? Because I think we get scared. We don't want to tell, we don't want to show people the behind the scenes because we're like, no, because then they'll get, they may not respect me the same way, or they may get bored, but the reality is that when we show them the behind the scenes, the journey, they become even more involved.
It's true. That's definitely true. And as a matter of fact, sometimes, because there's a point where you go up and you talk about what you do in your business, and the other entrepreneurs go around and talk about what they do. And usually I'm the one holding the camera and what have you. So, I was like, can you hold this for me while I go up and talk about my thing? So they, they participate in it as well. And we appreciate them for them in their participation at whatever level they're at or whatever level they decide to participate in.
Definitely. And so I found that, again, there are people that are doing events, and you're just missing out on that part. You definitely are. It's great to have people that show up, but what are you doing to show other people so they get invested and want to show up as well? And with that being said, what do you see as the next step? Like something that I've seen you do on Facebook is, and I'm going to say it wrong again. It's the sip and sell. In my mind, that just sticks.
Yes. That's okay. It's okay because it's sip and tea.
Bad when I say it out of my mouth, though. But in my mind, that's like where it keeps going. Sip and serve, sip and sell, like in that area. But what it is right. She literally goes live, and other people turn in, and she shows them what pieces she has available. And you can
absolutely. So we call it the sip and tea and sell now.
I didn't read it. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, the sip and tea with me. And what we do is we usually go on Thursday evenings around 8 p.m.ish. And it's a live video on Facebook, and you can follow me at the Celestine Collection and or Celestine Wilson to be a part of the sip and tea, where we talk about particularly the gemstone jewelry, and we'll feature a gemstone of the week based on what's happening, whether it be a birthstone or some pieces and stones that I'm working on. Like this week, I'm working on spring colors, so like pastel colors. Monday, I did the clear quartz crystal, which is what I'm wearing now. Yesterday I did the citrine, and today I'm going to do rose quartz. So I'll be on about around 8 o'clock or so to talk about the different stones and what the particular properties are, how they're biblically based in the Bible, and to bring that part back to your remembrance, as well as what and how to use them, how to wear them, what are the different color variations in them, what colors you can wear with them, where you could wear it to. So I try to relate it to everything that I think that, and why people buy them, why people are attracted to them. You might be attracted to a specific color, but you may not know why you are attracted to that particular color. But when I go and talk about the different properties of that particular stone, so say, for example, amethyst. Amethyst is a purple stone. So, and when I tell them the property of amethyst, that stone resonates with them. So amethyst is good for your crown chakra. It's good for meditation. It's good for keeping a sober mind. Oftentimes, or, sometimes you want to have something near you or by you, as something tangible that you can touch as a reminder. And so stones help to amplify who you are, Altavis. And also Altavis, even back in Roman times, when it comes to amethyst, they used to have it on the amulets, and they've had their cups that they used to drink from. They had it on there as a reminder to stop them from getting drunk. So that's what we do.
I love it. It's so funny. Deborah asked, what was the name of the Facebook page again?
Okay, so the Facebook page that I currently have on the Sip and Tea is at Celestine. So it's Celestine on Facebook. Okay. Right. So Celestine Wilson. Celestine Wilson. And then you can also find it. You went to get it. You can also find it on at the Celestine Collection on Facebook as well, which is my business page.
So guys, this is one of the pieces. This is the piece that I got, and I have like the body butter over there too. I'm not going to talk about everything I have.
Yeah, we'll talk about it too.
And I know that those of you who are listening to this on Spreaker or iTunes, you're like, well, that's not fair. I can't see it. Well, if you come and check me out over on Facebook, then you'll see what the actual amethyst necklace that I have looks like. But this is it, guys.
Wow.
Isn't it so beautiful? I love it. And so what happened was we were at the event in Indy, and I walked past her table, and I said, oh, my goodness, that's so pretty. And then I walked past again and was like, that is super pretty. And then I walked past the third time. I was like, don't let anybody buy my necklace. That's mine.
And you know something funny about that is that you don't choose the stone chooses you.
Yes, and I have fallen in. I've had to hide it from the kids. I've had to hide it from my sister. I've had to hide it because everybody has fallen in love with it. But it's so unique. It's definitely a conversation piece.
Absolutely,
definitely a conversation piece. And you know, I'm not a big jewelry person, but it stood out to me. And I think that's a big piece of it. For me, when I do a lot of earrings, as you see, you guys don't see a lot of any other jewelry on me, more so just earrings. Every once and again, when I'm doing events, you'll see me doing necklaces and earring sets.
Yes.
If you see pictures from when we were in Indy, you'll see a couple of her necklace and earring sets that I had on while I was emceeing the event. And it was beautiful pieces, but it's a statement piece and it stands out. I love that about it. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, everybody's gonna have this one, because you know we all, as women, we get into that mindset that, you know, I don't want anybody to have my exact.
Still got that crazy garlic
Wow.
We get into that mindset all the time. But with that being said as well, so I know you do the live events. I know you do stuff on Facebook and on social media. Now, another piece of it that we've seen is this whole automation. And people, I think, get so accustomed to or so attached to automation that they forget the significant things that you know work when it comes to interacting with people. So for me, when I connected with you, one of the things that stood out to me was your business card.
Wow.
Your business card. I am so anti-business card, y'all. If you have been watching or listening to the Speakeasy podcast for any length of time, you know I'm so anti-business card because I've gotten so many in the past, and they just sit there. Like, am I supposed to build a house with them? What? But
this is the house that Jack built.
Right? But if you look at her business card, it stands out. It's that unique.
Let's see if I can get one.
It's that unique thing that stands out. And because everybody's giving you a business card, especially at networking events, everybody's giving you a business card that looks just like everybody else's. If you have one, I would definitely love for you to show it. And again, if you're listening to this, you can still catch the replay, the live video, by going over to my Facebook page or onto LinkedIn. If you go to Find Your Voice Now on LinkedIn, you can definitely see the video as well on my page. But it stood out. It definitely stood out, as well as when you receive a package, you know, the packaging stands out. I've seen some companies starting to really look at how they're packaging things and how they're sending things. They're not just sending you things in just this ugly box. Let's be honest. We get excited when we get presents. We get excited when we get something and it comes in the mail. But we get even more excited when it looks nice, when the presentation is great. And so I loved that about her. I love that about her whole business and how she interacts with her clients and customers. So then, you know, what are some of the other things that you do when it comes to making that experience really unique for your customers? What are some things that it's like, oh, I know this is from the Celestine collection? Those really stand out. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Deborah said that necklace is gorgeous. Thank you so much. Hey, Tamara. Hey, Valerie. Guys that are coming in while we're live on the broadcast. Anybody that has any questions, by all means, you can put them into the comments and we will ask Celestine while she is live on the broadcast with us. And for those that do not know, if this is your first time, I am your host, Altavis Pelzer. I am the voice coach, not a voice coach, but the voice coach, professional speaker, certified life coach, and Amazon bestselling author. And this is the Speak Easy podcast, where we talk about the behind the scenes of what it is to be a speaker or an author. With that being said, today's episode is literally all about those two things that will guarantee success. The two things that will guarantee success is finding and going to where your customers are and finding how to bring them to you. So with that being said, Celestine, what are those unique things that you do, along with you have your business card showing what it looks like?
Sure. So this is my business card. So on one side, it has a picture of me wearing one of my signature cowrie shell piece. And then on the other side, it has the information on how you can find me and where you can connect with me. You can certainly visit my website at bit.ly/dress-your-spirit. And there's a pop-up thing if you want to be connected with me there. And so a lot of people like this. I mean, before I started doing this, I had the regular business cards. And then one day I woke up and I said, I am my own brand. So that's how I came up with the image for this. And customers say to me all the time, I never throw your business card away, or I keep it in my room on my dresser. I keep it in my wallet. You know, it's like a collector's item for them. And so they love it. And they definitely keep it. So it's like a keepsake for them. Some people have it on their refrigerators. So it's a collectible item. And what was the other part of the question, Altavis?
And then the other part is, what do you do for your customers that's unique, that makes them say, oh, this is from that Celestine collection? That's what this
Wow. I would say that the packaging, if they're ordering it online, the way they receive it, I'm working on it, but I'll put a little note, thank you, or just the packaging in the box that it comes in. People love the packaging, that little special touch. But I'm working on getting like a card that tells you when you get your particular stone, what stone it is that you're getting and what are the properties of that particular stone. So people like that when they get their package in the mail. They like to see that when they receive it. The other thing is that all the stones, no matter what stone you want to make sure that they're cleaned and that they are charged. And one way to clean them is to smudge it with sage, which is a white sage, which is a dried leaf, and you burn it and you let the smoke permeate over the stone or under the stone. And that's what I do every time I do an event. So the stones are cleaned. When you come to the table, because different people pick up the stones, they touch it or whatever. So when you get your stone, you want to make sure your stone has your energy on it. So that's the purpose of why we clean. It's just like if somebody comes to your house and you don't let them sit on your bed, because everybody can't sit on your bed. That's your sacred place. So your stones are sacred, and then you charge it. You can charge it by putting it on the windowsill with the sun's energy. And so that's another special thing that we do for the stones. They come in a little like pouch, a drawstring pouch when you get it, so that after you wear it, you have a place to store it and, to protect it as well. And I guess the engagement and the, on social media, I try to engage as much as I can with my customers, and just the feedback and acknowledging them. When they come on the live videos, and following up with them after the video, I think is important to them. I actually did one earlier today. I did a private showing with one of my customers because she couldn't come to me today, but she wanted to see what I had. And so I gave her a private showing where I showed her what stone that I had, what it would look like on, talking to her about the properties of the stone and so forth. So that adds that other private touch. And I also do consultations with my customers if they're not sure what stone they're looking for, but they have an idea or looking for something particular. I do consultations with them as well.
And
so those are some of the personal touches.
That is like upscale. Like I have a private session with Celestine. That is upscale. I love it. I love it. Because, you know, when we think about it,
Mm-hmm.
we are, and you said this earlier, we are the brand. And so
Altavis.
yes. Oh, I said when we are the brand.
Yeah, no, it froze a minute, so I wanted to make sure you were there.
No problem.
Mm-hmm.
We are the brand completely and utterly. And so we need to do the things that are going to be necessary when it comes to when we supposedly got the lights on and the lights off. So we need to always be focusing on how am I giving them that best experience of who I am. So from the live event
Yes.
to, you know, other things that are coming along, we always have to be presenting our best selves. So I love that unique moment of, you know, okay, you can't get to an event, you can set up a live session with just me and you, and we'll talk about it. You can set up a consultation and we'll talk about it. Because the thing about it is when we think about these other jewelry, you know, brands, they're not doing that. Everything is so mass produced. Everything is so, everybody gets the same thing. I'm going to put a whole bunch of the same thing out there and whoever gets it, gets it. And you may find a few things that stand out, but are you really going to find something that fits your personality each and every time?
Right.
And so that really says a lot. And Deborah asked the question, do you have peridot stone? She said,
peridot? Yeah. I don't have it, but I can get it. So for sure, I think that's, I forget if it's August birthstone. I forget what birthstone it is, but okay, great. So yeah, and I'm doing, you know, oh my gosh, I have so much on my plate to do, but I'm excited and I'm looking forward to it because I started this year doing a birthstone, you know, the birthstones for the month. You know, at the beginning of the month, I'll kick off whatever the birthstones are. So January was garnet, February was amethyst, and March is aquamarine. So, you know, and I've sold, you know, stones just by bringing that to people's attention like that. So if you know your birthstone and you want to have something done, or if you want to have something customized just for you, I can do that. Just give me an idea and I can run with that idea so I can create it for your particular personality. We do have 3 levels in which people can buy. So we have jewelry for the dainty, the understated. So we have pieces like that for you if you work in like an office setting where you can't wear anything like really bold and rambunctious. You know, we have jewelry for you for that. And then we have your classic jewelry, like your classic pearls, something that's really nice, you know, that stands out, but it's not too much. And then we have for you, if you want to be seen and heard and talked about, we have your bold jewelry. That's the one you saw on the card. That's part of the, that I call it the conversation piece, but it's part of the Regal collection. And, you know, you wear that piece, you really make a statement when you go into a room, or if you want to impress, you want to make an impression, you wear that piece, and that starts the conversation just right there from that particular, you know, piece. So you'll capture the audience, you'll capture the attention that you want. So we have them classified in those 3 different areas.
I can definitely agree with that. It's a lot. It's a lot. You know, that whole idea of trying to make sure that you continuously put things out there, that you're showing up for the customer or you're bringing them to where you are. It takes some time. So with that being said, what does time management look like for you?
It's crazy because right now it's like I'm doing everything from start to finish pretty much. My daughter, my husband, he gives me great ideas, you know, how I could say something or do it differently. Like we were doing, you know, the movie Black Panther came out. So that was like maybe a month ago about right now. So I started off that weekend talking about Black Panther, and I had jewelry related to Black Panther, and then that was pretty much it. So then during the week, I did a vintage thing with one of our sisters, and we talked about vintage products or whatever. So then he pulled me to the side and he said, even though I did sell some vintage stuff, but you know what? After he said that, he said, you need to be out there talking about Wakanda stuff and what have you. So I'm like, so then the following, the weekend, I said, you know what, let me get on back to my Wakanda, because the movie is continuing. So you definitely want to be relevant with the wave of Black Panther. So definitely, so that, you got to keep the stuff out there. And, so he helps me. And then my daughter helps me. They help me to ship the packages out. We got a little system now. So if I'm shipping out more than, well, let's say one box, I'm doing like 3 at a time. I'll put the name of the customer on there, and then I send her the addresses, so she matches the name with the address, so it's not a mix-up. So it's a lot to do, but I need help, and I'm working on getting some systems in place so that I can free up some of my time in order to do that, because I'm making it like this week. I mean, I'm on Monday. I made the crystal pieces, what I'm wearing. I came after work. I made them. After that, then I went live and shared the pieces with the people. And then after that, I got off the live video because I don't even have them on my website because they're so new and fresh this week. So I tell people, if you see something that you like while I'm on live, you can screenshot it or connect with me after the video. And for the particular piece that they look. Then after the video, I have my little white box where I take a picture of the pieces so that I can post them. So then the next day I'll post it on my website, which is what I did. And then eventually I have to post it on I post it on my Facebook page, and then I'm going to post it on my website. So, some things don't even get to the website because people buy them before. So it's a process, and I'm definitely, I get overwhelmed sometimes, but, I keep pushing forward and trying to do it bigger and better.
And you just shared some key elements to doing it bigger and better, and that's having a team and being spreading yourself across different platforms where your client or customer is. And that's very important. A lot of times we feel as though I need to be everywhere, and that's not it. It's not that we need to be everywhere. I just need to be in the key places where I know that my client or my customer base is going to be. And so I love that you do that and repurposing the information. Now I'm a little jealous because I'm going to the website thinking that I'm, getting first dibs, and I need to be just checking out the live streams to be getting first dibs on stuff. So
that leads me to another thing I want to do, because I really ideally want to have a webinar so that I can connect with my customers first at the webinar in a private setting where they can see the jewelry privately before it actually goes out to the public. So that's ultimately what I want to do. So I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And what did you like that? Would you like that?
Amazing. Yes. I'm team spoiled, you guys. Yes. I want to be able to say I saw it first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, most definitely. Yeah.
So with that being said as well, as we move forward into the next bits and pieces, you said you want to do the webinar. Is there a book coming?
Yes, there's a book coming. I have to complete some things. I've started to write some things down, but it'll probably be an ebook before the actual physical book, at least to start with. So I guess that's how you can physically start it as well. So, yep. I have the 411 on how to set up for an event. All the things that you would need, like a checklist, all the things you would need in order to make sure that you have what you need when you're doing an event, so you don't forget it. Imagine me going out of town and I don't have my swiper or my phone. There's some key things that you need to have when you're going out of town, and in order to prepare for it. So definitely, I have a couple of things, and then a children's book too, talking about the different stones, like a children's coloring book. And my husband gave me that idea as well. So yeah.
That is awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. And we got to think as a vendor, as somebody who's done vending before, guys, if you don't know how to do it right, listen, you'll go there excited and not sell a thing. You won't sell anything. But you'll be excited about the experience, right? So
absolutely,
go beyond being just excited about the experience and actually say, okay, no, I'm prepared to make the most out of this experience. I want this experience to be a success, be it in what I'm getting new clients, I'm getting people on the email list, or I'm getting people who buy right then and there. Like, that is the experience that you want to have. But can we be honest that a lot of people go to events and that's not the experience they have? So with that being said, have you had any times that you showed up at an event and you did not get a great experience?
Yeah. I've had times where I've showed up and I didn't cover the cost of being at the particular event. Yeah, that's happened a couple of times, So, when that happens, you look at how you can better, you ask yourself questions, okay, what could I have done differently, and what can I do for the next time? Or maybe I don't do that event and go someplace else and do something different if it's not working, and that's why, like last year, I started to go outside of my comfort zone of the New York area and to go to different markets. So that I'm going to be doing more of that this year. So if you want me in your city, I am available. You can connect with me online through Facebook Messenger under Celestine Wilson or the Celestine Collection. Definitely. We could do a trunk show. We could do a private showing at your house. We could do a private showing with your customers, and you can earn a percentage or some products. So it's a win-win situation for everyone, for both of us.
I love it. And you said a very key piece of it is that with all of the things that we talked about today, you have to go outside of your comfort zone. You have to do, you have to be willing to travel, get on a bus, a plane, a train, drive. You have to be willing to, really go out of the norm, because a lot of people, that's what happens is they become so comfortable in just people around them knowing who they are or what they serve. And I kind of think that it's that whole MLM model where people are, taught to, sell to your friends and family first, but your friends and family may not be your customer. And so you really got to come away from that and move out and say, okay, no, I need to go what do we say? Go to where they are, or learn how to bring them to you. I have to go to where they are. So that means if I'm doing something like Celestine, who sells jewelry, then I want to be at women's events. I'm not going to
exactly.
Right? I'm not going to go to a cow producing event. Like, I'm not going to do a cow manure event or something of that. No, there's no reason for me to be there.
Yes.
There's no reason for me to be there, but I'm going to be exactly where I need to be. So I thank you so much for coming on today, Celestine. With that being said, tell everybody how they can get in contact with you, where they can find you at again before we leave out.
Absolutely. And thank you, Altavis, for having me. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you and your followers. Again, my name is Celestine Wilson. People seek me for my expertise on gemstone jewelry, as well as beauty products to nourish the skin and the body. And it's important for you to take time to take care of you. You can find me on all of your social media handles at the Celestine Collection. That's TheCelestine Collection, COLLECTION. And you can follow me on my website at thecelestinecollection.com. We have a pop-up box that you can connect your email with me on the website, so you can sign up right there and we can be connected just like that.
Great. And guys, as you know, if you are a speaker or an author and you would love to be on the platform as a guest, go to bit.ly/speakeasy podcast, all lowercase. That's bit.ly/speakeasy podcast. And you can be a guest on the Speak Easy podcast, where we talk about the behind the scenes of what it is to be that speaker or that author, because we're trying to move towards being that professional speaker, professional author, not just someone who's just sold 5 books. We want to go beyond that, right? So in order to be able to go beyond that, we have some great conversations and great guests who come on and share all types of things that go on, the blunders, the good, the bad, the ugly, when it comes to writing their books. So I am your host, Taji Pelzer, the voice coach, professional speaker, certified life coach, and Amazon bestselling author. And guys, if you have any other questions, by all means, contact at altavizpelzer.com. Until next time, don't forget to press it out.